How the Grinch Stole Christmas by Dr. Seuss.
Mr. Grinch,
Christmas, the most celebrated holiday of the year for most, celebrated on December 25th in households worldwide. Dr. Seuss's How the Grinch Stole Christmas is a brilliant poem that demonstrates the Grinch's bitterness towards the citizens of Whoville's favorite holiday. Yearly, the Whos of Whoville prepare for the festivities in a glorious fashion. The Grinch, who is not fond of this holiday, despises all aspects of which the Whos enjoy. As the poem progresses, the Grinch attempts to ruin Christmas. Instead, he reveals to himself the true meaning of this magical holiday. Seuss incorporates many different poetic devices into his writing to ensure that the reader has the best experience possible, such as imagery and symbolism to engage further imagination. Repetition is also used to emphasize the importance of certain words, as well as onomatopoeias help to further the reader's imagination and understanding of the text. Lastly, rhythm and alliteration aid with the flow, tone, and pace of the piece. Through these poetic devices, Dr. Seuss creates an exemplary poem that is suitable for both children and adults to find their own interpretations using their creativity and imagination. Symbolism is a key component for many writing styles, including poetry, as it represents the greater meaning of an everyday object. Near the beginning of How the Grinch Stole Christmas, the Grinch's bag represents taking. Quote, around the whole room, and he took every present, pop guns and bicycles, roller skates, drums, checkerboards, tricycles, popcorn, and plums, and he stuffed them in bags, end of quote. As the story progresses, the Grinch returns all of the Who's belongings as he realizes the true meaning of Christmas. Quote, he whizzed with his load through the bright morning light and he brought back the toys and the food for the feast, end of quote. This quote shows that not only does his bag represent taking, it also represents giving. Imagery is very important in many writing styles as well. Seuss illustrated many examples of this very well in order for the reader to engage further creativity from the poem. In How the Grinch Stole Christmas, a key image embedded in the text is singing. Quote, every Who down in Whoville, the tall and the small, was singing without any presents at all, end of quote. Singing in this context represents an image of all of the Who's coming together to represent that they are a strong community. Although all of their presents and all of the materialistic items that represented Christmas was lost, their love and spirit for the special holiday still remain. Repetition is a theme in Seuss's poem. This poetic device is often used to emphasize the importance of a word. Seuss emphasizes the word noise and feast. Seuss emphasizes these words as the sounds that the Grinch despises the most about the holiday season. Onomatopoeias are used similarly in Seuss's poem. This device is used as a describing word for the reader. Seuss uses the word coo. This sound represents the sound commonly made by a dove. In explaining a sound words are significantly more effective than the author could have described them using words. Dr. Seuss's many novels contain rhyming schemes. How the Grinch Stole Christmas is an example of this. There is a constant rhyming arrangement throughout the entire poem. Examples include, quote, for he knew every Who down in Whoville beneath was busy now hanging a mistletoe wreath, end of quote, and, quote, then he stuffed all the food up the chimney with glee, and now grinned the Grinch, I will stuff up the tree, end of quote. This constant rhyming scheme adds flow to the poem. Alliteration is used throughout the poem as well. However, it is not as common as rhyming. It is used to create a tone for the piece. Examples of this include size is too small and sleighs started down. The repetition of letters in words near each other signify and draw attention to the text. Overall, Dr. Seuss created an admirable poem suited for both children and adults to uncover their own interpretations of the poem using their creativity and imagination. Seuss effectively used poetic devices such as imagery, symbolism, repetition, onomatopoeias, rhythm, and alliteration throughout this entire poem. Using these poetic devices together, Seuss was able to effortlessly capture the reader's full attention, ensuring a great read. Thanks for listening!